It's soft and sweet. Hello guys, my name is Angie and welcome to Angie's Bloom Home Cooking. If it's the first time you're meeting me, karibu sana. And for those fans who have come back to watch out today's video, karibuni pia. And on today's video, we shall be preparing another simple recipe that most of you have asked me to do. And it is us preparing pork. And to emphasize on it, it shall be pork wet fried, a very simple one. So come with me, let me introduce to you our today's ingredients and then we get started. Our first ingredient is going to be our pork. Our pork is the leg part. This is because I wanted pork yenye haina mafuta. You can also get the shoulder part if you don't want the fats. But if you want the part of the pork that has the fats, then you can ask to be given the part from the stomach. In this small dish, I have 2 ripe tomatoes that I've chopped. In this plate, the first item you can see here is our capsicum, the green capsicum, also known as the hoho. And then I have my 2 red onions. These are 2 whole red onions, finely chopped as well. In this plate, the first item I have over here is my coriander leaves, also known as the dania. And when it comes to this spoon, I have my spice, which is paprika. So I'll be using paprika. And hapa juu ya paprika we have our 4 cloves of garlic. They have been grated. And I have my piece of ginger that I've also grated. That's ginger. The last item that I have in this plate is 2 Royco cubes. I'll also be using my cooking oil and the salt. So guys, I'll start by boiling our pork. I always love when my meat is fast boiled. I have some water in this aluminium sufuria. So we boil our pork. So that after this, once the water dries off, we now jump into the next step. So, unaweza weka chumvi yako after umeweka nyama yako kwa maji ndio iboil. Ndio as it boils, pia ile chumvi ikuwe absorbed into the meat.
A few moments later.
So, nyama yetu imeisha maji. Imekauka kabisa. The next thing that I'm going to do is add some little cooking oil. Ndio isistick kwa sufuria. Getting ready. So tunaweka mafuta kidogo and then we introduce our onions. Add your onions and then zikoroge. Zikoroge until they become brown. Continue mixing them. As you can see, our onions are now translucent and within some seconds or like about 1 minute zitakuwa zishakuwa brown. So vitunguu zetu zishakuwa brown, as you can see. Ziko sawa hivyo. The next step is me now adding my tomatoes. So that will be cooked well. Mix them well. Mix them well. Kabisa. So nyanya zetu ziingiane vizuri. And now sababu kuna ile chumvi tulikuwa tumeka when we put our meat in the water to boil for the first step. Hiyo chumvi by now ishapungua and haitaibisha nyanya zetu vizuri. The next thing that I'm going to do is now adding some salt to this step. Ndio hizi nyanya zikuwe soft. After adding your salt, you then mix. Mix them well, and then you cover your sufuria for like 2 minutes so that the tomatoes get to be cooked well and mix well with our meat. As you can see, our tomatoes are now well cooked. We turn them a bit, and at this stage I now get to add my garlic and my ginger. We add our garlic and our ginger at the same time, and we mix them. And after mixing them, there's no need to wait for them to cook. We now add our spices so that they get cooked. We add our paprika. That's our paprika. And our 2 cubes of Royco. Then mix. Mix them until they completely combine well. After mixing our spices like that, we'll now add our capsicum and mix. We add them. Mix them like that. And before we cover them, to at least give them a period of about 2 or 3 minutes, we add some little water so that they don't get burnt or for them not to get stuck on the sufuria. So we add some water. Hii maji haifai kuwa mob ama haifai kuwa mingi because we are not preparing pork stew. We are just preparing some wet pork fry. We just need it to be a little bit wet. Hatutaki ile soup mingi because this is not the pork stew. It's just some pork wet fry. So after adding that little water, you then mix kidogo and cover so that hizi capsicum ziive kidogo tu. Hatutaki ziive sana pia. Ziive kidogo. So that now the next step will just be like the final one of us adding our coriander leaves. You see, the soup or the sauce is a thick one. So after 2 minutes, we now come back, koroge kidogo. Our capsicum zimeiva. Hoho zetu ziko tayari kama mnavyoona. And actually at this step, it's like our pork is now ready. And so the only thing that I'm remaining to do is just add my coriander leaves, or also known as the dhania. So I add my coriander leaves. And mix. After adding, we then mix. Only that. That's our pork recipe. Imagine, very simple. Very simple. Shiva. That's our pork. So guys, our pork is now ready, as you can see. This is our pork wet fry. And the only step that we have now is just for me to test and tell you pale kwa mtandao how it is. And with wasting time, this is the only part we don't waste time. As I test it, kindly comment down below how you found the procedure to be. Also like the video, share, and if you've not subscribed, I don't even know what you're waiting for. Kindly subscribe to my channel. That's how you get to support me. Thank you. And tell me how it is. It's soft and sweet, of course. So kindly try it out and let me know how your result on your end turns out to be. Thank you so much for watching our today's video, and until next time, see you again. Bye bye. I love you.